Welcome back everybody to the Meeple Marathon. Today we're going to be doing a true solo playthrough of Ghost Stories. This is a highly lauded game by Repos Productions and Antoine Bauza. It is somewhat of an area control game, kind of a little bit of a dice checker, mostly area control. Essentially, ghosts are going to be attacking us from all sides of our little 9 tile village here, and our single lone monk warrior is going to be jumping around the board, fending them off. We do have kind of the help of the presence of the other 3 monks around us, and that's where these tokens here are going to come in. They will allow us to use the powers of these other monks. So the red monk is going to allow us to jump 2 spaces at a time. Normally you can only travel 1, diagonal can count. But 2 you can essentially get anywhere on the board in 2 moves. The green player will allow you to roll a 4th die. Normally you just get 3. So it increases your odds. And the yellow player, at the beginning of your turn, you can just take a token here of your choice. Now these tokens essentially just represent like an extra die roll. So if you have a red token, it be the same thing as a red face. So if you need to defeat a 3 red monster and you only rolled 2, you could spend your red token and defeat it. That is how you defeat monsters. You can see here I've put some monsters aside because they are not you take 15 off the pile when you're playing solo. So here's just some examples of monsters. I don't know why I'm putting them upside down. That you can see, like for example, this monster is going to come in on the yellow board. This haunting figurine, he's going to get one of these little figurines and haunt towards the village, and if he makes it to the village, he haunts one of these spaces, which means they flip over and I can't use it anymore. This one would come in at red, this one would come in at green. These 2 only need 1 die roll of that color to defeat them. This one needs 2, so if I had a green token in hand and only rolled 1 green, I could spend my green token to defeat this ghost. There is also some black ghosts. Black ghosts are always going to go into the slot of the person who drew them. So since I'm playing solo, the blue player is the only one who's going to be drawing. If I draw red, green, or yellow ghosts, I'll put them in those boards, but all the black ones and all the blue ones are going to be down here on my board. There is also a white side to the die. This is a wild, so it can be used as anything. These chi points, or tokens here, are my life points. So if at any point my board is full, I'm overrun, and instead of drawing a ghost, I lose a chi. Other things like this guy here, I can go to him, I can lose a life point, but I can get rid of a ghost without rolling. Up here I can get a Buddha and claim him on my next turn. I can put a Buddha out in one of these little ice cream looking cone spaces, and essentially any ghost that will be placed there is automatically defeated, and then the Buddha returns. So all these other village spaces I will describe as I go on, but a few differences in the first player setup is that I've got these neutral tokens, which I already spoke of. These other boards do have chi tokens, 3 life each, because if their board is full up and I have not addressed them and we try and draw a ghost, then they can lose life points, and if at any point they're defeated, then I lose the ability to make use of their skill with my neutral token here. I also removed 15 ghosts off the top. I'm playing on easy so that this game is hard enough as it is, but there's only 1 incarnation of Wu Feng here, and he's 11th from the bottom, so we have to get to him and then defeat him, and that's it. And I also get a blue and a black token to start with. That's pretty much it. The blue player's special ability is that they can not only activate a village space, but also fight a monster on the same turn. Normally you have to choose. Every other monk has to choose. Am I going to either take advantage of the village space, or am I going to fight the monster? And so he I consider to be the most lucrative, or she, maybe a she, I'm not sure, the most lucrative of the monks when playing solo, because you can move and do 2 things on your turn instead of just 1. So let us go ahead and get started, because I think I've covered all the basics here, and it'll make more sense as I begin to play. All right. So right off the bat, we have a nasty fella right here. They are yellow, so I'm going to put them in one of these yellow spots, and I'm probably going to stick him right here, because I could be right here in the corner and I can fight this guy, and I can also fight this guy. You can see that it's going to take 4 yellows to defeat him, and if there was a symbol here on the left, it would be his incoming symbol. As he comes onto the board, he would do that whatever to you, but he doesn't have one. This symbol in the middle is what he does every round. Every time we rotate around to the yellow player, all of his ghosts on his board will activate, and this represents the cursed die, which is this big chunky black die here, and it's got nothing but bad stuff on it. So that is not a die that we just want to leave sitting there, but 4 is pretty tough to defeat right off the bat. So as I mentioned before, this is all about surviving, keeping the village alive, keeping it from being haunted, and surviving to the point that Wu Feng's incarnation comes in. I randomly selected one. There's like 10 versions of him, so I don't know what I'm going to be up against, but he's in here somewhere near the bottom, 11th from the bottom. I know that exactly. So what I'm going to do, instead of trying to run around and even get 1 yellow token and then roll 3 yellows on the die, I'm just going to go up here and I'm going to activate this villager, which says you lose a chi token and you can get rid of a card. You cannot use this on Wu Feng, but that's fine. So I'm going to chuck my chi token and just get rid of this guy. I don't want to have to deal with him right off the bat. So that's my turn. Now essentially we would go around the board and activate any other ghosts that we see, but nobody's clear, so we're back to me. And I'm going to draw another card. All right, so this one is red. He's a haunter, so let's he's got to go on the red board. Let's put him right here. That means he gets one of these black haunter figurines, and the next time around, if I haven't taken care of him, he's going to move here. This is kind of like a neutral position, and then if he hits this space, he will haunt this tile, and then if he goes back, and then if he gets up again, he'll haunt this one, and he'll haunt all the way through until he's haunted this entire row. So essentially every 2 turns he's going to haunt something, so we definitely need to take care of him. Now normally I cannot go 2 spaces. I could use one of my tokens and put it here. That would allow me to jump here, and I think I'm going to do that. My other option to at least even get to this guy right off the bat is to come down here, and this person allows you not only to move a ghost anywhere else on the board, so I could move this red ghost here, or I could move it right here. Normally, if you're playing a 2 to 3 or 4 player game, you can move another monk. So you're standing on like a cliff edge and you're manipulating a monster around and you're manipulating one of your friends around. But since I don't have any in the solo version, I would get to move. So I could move myself then to wherever I move the ghost. But I think that I do want to go ahead and use this guy. I get to roll 2 dice and I gain a token for whatever dice rolls I see. Hoping that I get a red one, it'll make this a little easier to mitigate. When I use these tokens, they go into the middle. It just so happens that my middle, this board was randomly placed. It just so happens that my middle is the graveyard, so kind of fitting. And I can get them back if I end my turn here on the graveyard. So right now I'm going to use this as the red player, which allows me to move 2 spaces. And then I still get to use my blue player action, which is activate and fight. So I'm going to roll 2 dice. And unfortunately I didn't get anything. I essentially just doubled up on the tokens I already have here. So let's keep these organized here. So now I can still fight this guy. I've got nothing to lose in fighting him. So we'll see. Now I did it because this, even though it's kind of orangish, is the red, and this white is a wild. I don't need anything out of the black, but I have essentially defeated this ghost. It's that simple. So he goes into the pile and we're clear. So again, we go around, nothing, and I flip. Okay, So here's a big nasty. But you can see he doesn't have any incoming effect. He doesn't have any turn-by-turn effect. And if I do get around to defeating him, he is going to give me 2 tokens of my choice. His name is the Green Abomination because essentially he's just taking up space. He's very difficult to defeat, but otherwise you can kind of ignore him. But he has started to fill up the green player's board. So let's see, what can I do here? I have a couple choices. And I don't have any green tokens. So what I think I'm going to do is go ahead and just stay put right here and roll my 2 dice again to see what tokens I get. So I got a green and a black. So lots of black tokens and a green token. Now normally if you're playing like a 4-player game, these tokens, once you run out of these supply, there's essentially 1 for each player, but if one person like me has 3 black ones, that means there's only 1 other token for the rest of the players. But when you're playing solo, the supply is pretty big. Same with the chi tokens. There's lots of extra chi tokens here. If I come over here and gain a chi at the tea house, I could essentially double my life force as long as I don't run out of chi tokens. So, all right, so that was my turn. Again, we go around the board, and I'm not going to explain it in this detail every single time so that we can start speeding up the game. But this guy doesn't have an active turn-by-turn activation, so we skip him and we come back around to me. All right, so the black player has to go on my blue board if there's room. So what I'm going to do is come right here, put him right here so I'm 1 space away. This middle symbol means he's going to haunt when it comes around to be his turn. But this symbol here means that he automatically advances up past his card. So if I don't take care of him right now, when I come back around to my turn, which will be very quickly, he's going to haunt this tile and make it disappear. So I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is move 1 down here. Now as the blue player, I can activate this tile, which means I can place a token of my choice in this space. And that essentially reduces the difficulty level of a monster by that color. So if I were to put a black one here, I could fight this guy for free. I still need to fight him. Or if I put a black guy here, but it doesn't affect anybody else, just these 2 that are adjacent to this 1 village space. I don't honestly know what happens if this space ever makes it into the middle. I'm not really sure. But it's nice that it's on a corner. Otherwise, it would just be dealing with 1, I think. So I have a choice. I could either make it blue, which means any blue card, which a lot of them are going to come out and they're all going to be on this board, will come in. Or I'm thinking I'm going to make it black. And this will just be where I place black monsters when they come in. So now I do have to go ahead and roll. And I got a white, which means I really didn't need this. I certainly don't need to spend any of my tokens. And you can see that this guy is going to give me a token of my choice. Now I could use a red or a yellow. Let's go with yellow. So we'll put this down here. And this guy disappears. All right. So for now, let's just try and pick up speed and see what we can do here. Okay, stick you up here. And go up here. We'll roll our 2. Okay, green and a white on this roll means it's of our choice. So I'm gonna round out. I've got 1 token of every color now, at least 1. I have nobody to fight, so we pass around. Ooh boy. Okay, so this guy here means that the entire group, not just me, has to lose a token of their choice. And then they're gonna roll the curse die every time. So they're not haunting, but they're screwing with me directly. So I'm certainly gonna put them here. And I am going to discard a green token of my choice. Now I'm going to come down here. I could change this token if I wanted to as part of the village action, but I'm leaving it here as black. I essentially can take care of this person, but if I roll some blacks, I don't have to give up all my tokens. Alright, I got 1 black essentially, 2 here, so I need to give up 2 of my tokens to defeat this guy. So now I get my choice. I can either get a chi, or I can get my yin yang or token back, which I haven't lost yet, so chi it is. Okay, go around, nothing, green. Okay, here's another guy that doesn't really do anything. So let's put him up there. And maybe we will Alright, I'm going to move right here, which is essentially going to allow me to shift someone. So let's shift this guy right here, and then this will allow me to be blown somewhere else. So I'm going to blow right here. I cannot activate a second tile on this same turn. I activated this one, so I'm just going to roll and try and get rid of this guy. Okay, 1 and 1. So there's 2. I will have to roll the curse die though. So defeating him is kind of a pain, but I want to keep the board as clean as possible. So let's see, I lose a key. Chi. Always want to say key. Okay. Good around, and blue. Okay, so this is my first blue ghosty all to myself. I'm going to put him right here so I can fight him right away, and this symbol means I have to draw another ghost card. So this can get kind of out of hand. Alright, and here is another ghost. What do I want to do with this guy? Okay. Alright. So, what do I want to do? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to manipulate this ghost to come over here. And then I'm going to move myself here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and roll the die because I got nothing to lose and try and just get rid of this guy. Okay, and a big whiffa. I'm going to go ahead and leave him there because I want to save both of these for this person on the next round. So we go around, nothing happens, and I get back around to me, and I have to roll this first. So this means I have to draw a ghost. Alright, yellow haunter, let's put you up here. You get a figure. And now I have to draw for my regular activation. Okay, this guy here, I'm going to put you right here, means I have to draw another ghost, and I also have lost my special ability, which is a huge pain in the tuchus. And I have to draw another ghost. You can see how this can kind of get out of hand here. And now, all of a sudden, my board is completely full. So the next time I attempt to draw a ghost, instead of drawing one, I'm actually going to take a hit. So, alright, we have gotten all of that out of the way. What do we want to do? This is truly a pain. I really wanted to switch this to blue and then attack this one. So, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend one of my neutral tokens. I'm going to use the green player's ability to roll a 4th die. Should I do that? Or should I use... No. Instead, I'm going to use this guy's ability to take a blue token. So now I've got 3 out of the 4 I need to get rid of this guy. Oh, and a straight whiff. Okay. So, before this gets out of hand, I'm going to spend 1 to get rid of this guy. I feel a little good about myself. But again, we've got to go around here. Now this guy actually has something that can do something, so he advances and then that's it. Gets around to me, my board is full, so I lose a health. Alright, I also have to roll this size, almost too big for my thing. And this is probably the worst symbol I could roll personally, because I have to give up all of my tokens here. Okay, so what do we want to do? What do we want to do? All right. So I'm gonna go here, manipulate this guy over here, and then I'm gonna go right here. Yeah, I'm kind of playing with fire here. This could be a very short video, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so I can go ahead and roll. I got nothing to lose. And I got 2 whites, which means this guy goes away, and I can now get my power back. Oh wait, see, I shouldn't have been able to do that. I take that back. I should not have been able to do that. So I did not I take all of that back. Take all of it back. Oh boy. Yeah, let's still come here, move here, and go here. I just can't fight him. Okay, new round. So we go around, this guy comes up, that means he's gonna haunt this tile right here. It flips over, and then he backtracks. He's gonna start back over back here on his card. All right, then I come here, I have to roll this stupid thing again, and I actually missed, so that's fine. And then I now have a space, so instead of losing a life, I have to draw a card. And this guy's nasty too. So there we go. Put you out there. All right. So we definitely need to take care of some business here. I am going to go ahead and lose a life. Go back to playing with fire to get rid of this guy. And that's all I can do, because I still haven't gotten rid of that guy. Okay, so we go over here. The red player now has to roll the die, and the red player misses. Okay, coming around, and haunting. So what do I want to do now? Maybe I just need to get rid of this guy. Oops, need to draw a ghost card first. Okay, and this guy is gonna have to go right there. This symbol means that I can only essentially use a token. The shield means no dice, so only a token will do. Oh boy. Okay, so let's just try and get rid of this guy here. All right, so I got my white, means I can get rid of this guy, and I gain my powers back. For just being a one ghosty, that one was a big pain in the butt. Okay, I really need to stop this guy too, because he's about to haunt a lot of squares. But going around here, for the red player, since the red player doesn't have any tokens, that's essentially a miss. Then we come around here, and this guy's gonna haunt this tile. So this guy must be my next priority right here. So draw a ghost. I put him right there. He gets a ghost up here. So again, you can see how quickly this game can get out of control. All right, I'm going to spend my yin yang token. I can gain it back through certain effects to flip this tile over. Then I'm going to come down here, gain a life token back, gain a token of my choice, and to pay for it, I have to, it's like I'm taking a night off or something, I have to bring out a new ghost. Okay, and this one's going to bring out, may not be the end of the world. I may be able to take care of this here. So now I'm gonna spend this last token here to take care of this. Try and take care of this. Okay, so I big whiffed on this guy, but can take care of this guy since I'm in the corner. All right. Oh, but this guy's gonna haunt that one. Okay, so going around, red player rolls this die, nothing, nothing, nothing. This guy comes out, this guy comes up and haunts this tile. So we lose our black that we put there. This tile goes right there, and this guy comes back. All right. So these cards here that's got this symbol where they start their haunter up one space are really tough in solo mode because you essentially only have one turn to get rid of them because you know it's going to make it back around to you very quickly. In a 4-player game, there's 3 other people that could get down here and take care of that for you before it made it back around to you. So this is one area of the game where solo truly is harder. Alright, so I need to draw a ghost card. Yellow, this one is not bad at all, so let me put it right there. Now, the question is, what do I do? I think I'm going to go ahead and use this tea house again. Gain a chi, so I can go up here again. Gain a color of my choice, so I'm going to take a yellow and make sure I can defeat this guy right now. And I'll bring out another ghost, a red. So, red is full. Red loses a chi token, and then I get to decide where I'm going to put this, so I'm going to put it right here, so I have the chance to fight it. Now, I believe that this means it should have gone, well, I don't think it really matters. I'm not sure whether now I lose mine since it landed on my board, but unfortunately it means I have to draw another card. So again, red's going to lose another life token, and this has got to go somewhere. So let's put it up here, and we're just being overrun here. So, all right, again, we are aiming for this guy and this guy. So red, I need at least one red. I don't get this die anymore. Okay, so I got the red and I got the white. Yeah, because that right there is yellow. So I got the red, take this guy off, and I got one yellow, so I can keep one. And this guy comes off. Okay, so I kind of have controlled this area of the board. All right, so we go over here. Red players got to roll the die. We're good. Why are they getting all the good rolls? Those guys don't do anything. This guy comes back now and haunts. Okay. All right, need to bring out a ghost. Okay, and we've got this guy here now. It's almost like I'm just gonna be stuck in this one spot forever. All right, but what I'm going to do, oh, I can take this off because I got rid of that guy, is go up here, spend a chi to get rid of this guy before he does any more damage, and then I can still attempt to fight this one. And pretty good chance of doing it. I missed, but I can spend my sticky rice token to... Oh, I would have had to spend a sticky rice token anyways, because it could not be defeated by a die roll. Okay, so going back around, red player needs this die. All right, so now we have to bring out a card, because essentially the red player would be bringing out this card. So it cannot go on the red player's space anywhere. It's a black, so then I get to choose. Let's put it right here because I want to go up here next. Or no, let's put it down here. Yeah, because I gotta go down here, I think. Take care of this guy. Okay, so that's the red player. This player starts off here. Now, does this guy automatically activate? And you know what? I should have gotten my yin-yang token back after defeating this one monster. I'm pretty sure that if I go here and sacrifice a life, I still get the reward. If I use a Buddha, then no. So I think this guy is actually going to activate, which is going to push him up and flip this tile. But I got my yin-yang symbol back. So we come back around here to me. This guy's going to go here, and I have to draw a ghost. This guy's got to go up here, and he draws another ghost. Alright, green is filled up. So this guy's got to go right here, I guess. And he gets a haunter. Okay. So, my turn now. I will spend this again to flip this tile back over. I could also come to this village tile to flip over other village tiles. But this one, I've really not spent a whole lot of time in this corner because these two abominations are just sitting there not hurting me directly. So I'm going to come down here. I gain a chi. I gain a token of my choice, which I think, at least right now, has got to be blue. I have to bring out a ghost. Alright, that's going to bring out another ghost. Okay, full up. Chi, I forgot to take one away from last time. And the only place to put him is right here. And he gets a ghost. Okay. So, now I can attempt to fight these three guys. And that was not a very good roll. I basically got, well, no, I can defeat this guy. Okay, so I can defeat this guy, take a little breather. Alright, so back around to red, roll the die. No tokens to lose. Over here, nothing. Over here, Haunter advances, and Haunter advances. Come down to me, Haunter advances. Now draw a ghost card. Alright, full up over here. Loses a chi. It's got to go somewhere. So it goes right there. I now have to draw another card, and I'm going to lose my abilities. So this one can't go anywhere. So it goes over here, but I'm going to lose a chi because it can't go anywhere. All right. So we need to get rid of some cards here. So let's come up here and spend a chi, getting very close to dying here. Get rid of this guy. Okay, I can get something back, so I think I'm gonna gain my chi right back. Not worry about my yin yang symbol quite yet. Alright, and that's essentially my turn because my power is covered up. Okay, so we go around the board. Red player haunts this tile. Tile directly in front of that ghost. Okay. Green player, nothing. This one comes up and we lose our Buddha tiles, which is kind of a pain because that's where I was headed. This guy comes back. And then this guy comes up. He's going to haunt now this tile. And just like that, in that one round, I have essentially lost because 1, 2, 3 tiles got haunted. I had 2 tiles. At any point there are 3, and now within the span of one go round, I have 5 haunted. You can see I was 3 ghosts away from getting Wu Feng out, but let's just see what he would have done if they had come out. He would have been black. He would have rolled a cursed die on hand. I am not sure what this means. And I would have gained key, and so this last one is if you're playing with more than one incarnations of Wu Feng, which is increasing the difficulty. You would get something for defeating the first one, and it's not until you have defeated all of them that you win the game. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It is not uncommon to lose this game. I have yet to win personally. This is only my 3rd game, so the averages aren't horrible, but it is a tough game. Sometimes the dice can just not go your way. Sometimes you get back to back to back of these type of guys here who bring out a second ghost with them, and next thing you know, your board is overrun. So there's definitely a little bit of luck involved, but there is a high amount of strategy. Next, I'm going to film a kind of four-handed solo game where I'm controlling each of the four individual players. So you can see what that looks like. You can compare the two videos and decide A, if this game is for you, and B, how you want to play it, just to see the comparison of the two. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you want to be notified when other videos like this come out, or when the next Ghost Stories video certainly comes out, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that bell button so you can be notified every time I drop a video. Thanks again for watching, and have a wonderful day.